PowerBoat Television, North America's premier boating show.
Here's this week's My Boat feature.
For some, the launch ramp can be a terrifying experience, especially if you're boating alone. So this week on My Boat, we're going to install a product called PowerBoat. It makes launching a boat as easy as pressing a button. So to help us with this install today, we've enlisted the help of the experts, and for that we have Mark from PowerBoat. Mark, how are you?
Good morning.
So with the PowerBoat, what are kind of the main steps we're going to be going through in the install?
Installing the bow latch, the winch, and the guidons.
Okay.
Installing the bow latch usually is easy to access. Either you can go through the front cover or remove a front panel. And then you replace the eye bolt with the bow latch, replace your winch with an electric winch, and then we've installed the guidons.
And this can all be done with the boat on the trailer?
Yes.
How long are we looking at for the whole thing?
About 2 to 3 hours to install the system.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay, sounds good.
The whole kit comes in 3 boxes and is very simple to decipher. Like Mark said, we had to remove 2 panels to access the bow eye and replace with the new latch. Since the winch needs to be replaced anyway, this is a good time to remove the manual one to make accessing the bow eye easier. And now you can remove the bow eye. This is one of the more tedious steps of the install when you have to tap out the old one and tap the new one in. While we busied ourselves with that, Mark got started on the load guides. These are installed behind the axle and can be adapted for any size of boat. But be sure not to pinch any wires with the U-bolts. Installation of the electric winch is basically just a simple drop and install. It can be quite tight working in there, so a pair of needle nose pliers is recommended. The winch is powered by a separate battery, so a battery box is attached to the trailer out of the way, and the battery simply lives in there and can be accessed easily for charging. And now that the electric winch is on, we're down to our final steps, which is installing the rope guides and the D-clip, which releases the boat when you're ready to go. The rope is first fed into the winch and attached inside. Then, march the length of your boat, stopping at the load guide and adding an arm's length. Tie a knot, and that's how much rope you'll need. The rope is then what's called unloaded on, so the winch strap can be loaded on afterwards. After determining how much of the winch strap you'll need for the length of boat, it can then be hooked up to the electric winch and loaded on. Once loaded on, you can clip into the latch, install the roller, and snug the boat up tight. Finally, the rope guides are ran down to the load guides and back again. These will load and unload your boat on straight. Once on, a little fine-tuning is required. Then, all that's left is to reinstall the floor and bow cover, run a rope for the quick release, and your system is installed. Final adjustments are then made to the auto shutoff for the winch so you don't overwinch your boat, but other than that, you're ready to go. We had help from the pros, but it's certainly a project you can do. There it is, pain-free launching and retrieving of your boat. Now, just don't lose this remote like you did with the TV.